When I think back to that summer before everything changed, when horses weren't a constant in my life, it feels like a dream. A time when anything seemed possible and each moment was filled with the promise of adventure. It was a time when all I wanted to do was play with ponies. Growing up in the bustling 18s plaza surrounded by towering buildings and the hum of city life, I rarely saw a horse. The only glimpses I caught were through photos and movies, and maybe the statues in the city park if that counts, which only fueled my imagination. My grandmother, though, had a way with words that could transport me to another world. A world where horses weren't just animals, but companions, teachers, and friends. She had been an avid equestrian since she was old enough to stand, and growing up, every time I would visit her mini farm of 4 gentle and sweet horses, nestled in the quaint little town of Valedale, I was so envious and wanted to be just like her when I was older. On my 13th birthday, she had given me a journal detailing all her equestrian stories growing up. All the pony camps, first falls, barn sleepovers, trail rides, lessons, shows, simple quiet moments. I drank in every single word until I knew that diary like the back of my hand. And one particular diary entry always caught my eye. Her Jorvik Riding Camp adventures. Mom, Dad, so I've been reading Grandma's journal. Can I go to the riding camp that she went to every summer at Moreland? Molly, that camp is intense. It's the whole summer long, not to mention an hour drive through Madine's. I know I can handle it though. If it's what you really want. Yes, more than anything, it would be my dream. And that was that. On my first day there, the camp was everything I'd hoped for, but also way more daunting than I could have ever imagined. Walking into the very busy atmosphere of the horse camp, I couldn't shake the feeling of being an outsider. Campers were already gathered in clusters, sharing stories of their favorite camp horses and all the competitions they'd been a part of in the past. In my eyes, most of them were riding experts well into their 3rd or 4th year at camp. I really wanted to join in, to share my dreams and aspirations, but all I felt was a tight knot of anxiety in my stomach. A reminder that I was just beginning a journey it felt like everyone else had already mastered. Welcome to the Jorvik Riding Camp, everyone! Today is a very exciting day because you all will be paired with the horses you'll be working with all summer. Our activities will focus on building your bond, from groundwork exercises to dressage lessons, and at the end of camp, you'll compete in a show jumping competition to showcase your teamwork and skills. Now, I won't sugarcoat it, there will be challenges, and some of you might get frustrated. That's part of the journey. Remember, it's not just about overcoming obstacles, it's about how you respond and grow. Alright, remember the connection you make with your horse starts today. I had always dreamed about being paired up with my very own horse. Maybe I would get this stunning dapple gray, the cute fjord pony that everyone wanted, or the one with the blue eye, perhaps even the camp favorite. But I did not get any of those. Instead, I got Dusty. Dusty wasn't the horse I had envisioned. He was a chunky, stout gelding with a coat that was a red shade of bay with little bits of gray around his muzzle that seemed to tell a story. Though he might not have fit the mold of my dream horse, there was something undeniably endearing about Dusty. Hey there, buddy. Good luck with that one. He's a total nightmare. Laura had him last year, and I heard she hasn't ridden since. You're a camp horse. How bad could you really be? We got this, right? Dusty was a drab little bay with a fiery spirit. So many people had written him off as a troublemaker. I soon found out that he was the problem horse everyone hoped they wouldn't be assigned to. But deep down, I sensed that gentle heart yearning for some connection. As I reached out to him that day, I didn't just see a difficult horse, I saw a kindred spirit searching for trust. We were both on a journey of discovery, each of us a little lost in need of understanding. And it wasn't easy at first. Each day brought new challenges, and sometimes I felt like giving up. I recall those initial rides where Dusty would toss his head and kick up his heels as if he was testing me, challenging how devoted I really was to becoming the horsewoman I had always longed to be. Each buck was a reminder of my inexperience. I had so desperately wanted him to trust me, yet I often felt I was the one who needed reassurance. How could I possibly reach him when I struggled to keep my own emotions in check? Eyes up. That's okay, give him leg. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like he never listens to me and it's just always a constant fight. Well, we could pair you up with another horse. I will tell you this, horses sense your feelings, Molly. Try to show them you're not afraid. that you believe in him. Counselor Clara's words rang in my ears, echoing the truth that I so desperately needed to acknowledge. I realized that Dusty's wildness mirrored my own fears. His reluctance to connect was a reflection of my own uncertainties. In those difficult moments, I began to understand that our journey together wasn't just about mastering skills, it was about forging a bond built on trust and patience. Still, I felt like I couldn't relate to the other campers. Everyone was progressing 10 times faster than me. In those lonely moments, I penned my thoughts, fears, and my determination to find a way to connect with Dusty. Writing helped me process the whirlwind of emotions, my frustration at not being able to communicate effectively with Dusty, the fear of failing him, and the longing to desperately bridge that gap between us. I realized that it was more than just him finding trust in me. It was also about me learning to trust myself as a writer. So I took that newfound trust and tried something new outside of the camp hours. That meant waking up well before the wake-up call. All right. You ready to do this, Dusty? I can still recall the spark of courage that ignited within me the moment I decided to step outside the rigid camp curriculum. What began as a struggle soon transformed into something beautiful. We were learning from each other. It was as though I'd finally learned that the true art of horsemanship was in fostering an authentic connection with an animal. Each gentle nuzzle from Dusty reassured me that we were entering a new phase of our relationship, a partnership built on mutual trust. In those moments, as I led him through exercises of my own design, I saw him beginning to shine. We spent late nights lunging in the pen, hand-walking him around the serene moorland landscape, playing in the nearby water, finding his itchy spots, of course, and creating grids and pole work exercises to help engage him. The once difficult barriers turned into stepping stones we would navigate together, each jump symbolizing a leap of faith for both of us. There was joy in our missteps too. I laughed as I stumbled, yet with every fall, I was met with an unwavering determination to rise again. More and more eyes were on us, and this time not in pity that I got the worst horse. It only took half the summer, but we were finally clicking, becoming a team, defying expectations of Dusty as the problem horse and me as the clueless new girl. Very well done round, you two. Way to go, Molly and Dusty. They actually did the course with no refusals. He's feeling so bold today. That was fantastic, Molly. Dusty, you're really coming into your own. I've genuinely never seen him get on so well with another student. That means the world to hear coming from you. Good boy today, Dusty man. Hey, you guys are killing it out there. Didn't think Dusty had it in him, to be honest. Guess you proved us all wrong. Oh, thanks, Jessica. I really believe in him. Ooh, would you want to come on a trail ride with us after dinner? It's so nice to have another team player around. I would seriously love that. In that moment, I realized I was no longer just the shy girl who felt practically invisible. I had found my voice, both on and off the saddle.
Since that day, I live in a dream.
It was nearing the end of summer, and it was the last day of the Jorvik Summer Riding Camp, which meant it was finally time for the jumping competition that we had been working towards all summer long. I felt a mixture of fear and excitement. I was about to step into a world that had once felt completely out of reach. It was time to prove to Miss Clara, my parents, and all the other campers what we were really made of. Every jump, every turn, it was as if Dusty could read my mind. In those moments, we were no longer just rider and horse, but partners striving together for something greater than just winning. I had entered this riding camp as a girl filled with uncertainty, and I was emerging as someone who would learn the true meaning of courage. In that arena, it didn't matter what anyone else thought. What mattered was that Dusty and I had found our rhythm after a whole lot of hard work and determination. The journey hadn't been easy, but every moment spent developing trust with Dusty had been worth it. Regardless of the scores, I now understood that the real competition wasn't about winning, but about the bond we had built. In that moment, it no longer mattered who won or lost. And no, we didn't win. We had all conquered our personal battles, and that in itself was the greatest reward. I want to celebrate not just the winners today, but those who embody the true spirit of this camp. It is my pleasure to present the award for Most Inspiring Journey. This year's recipient has shown us all that bravery comes not from the absence of fear, but from the willingness to face it head on. Molly and Dusty, congratulations to you two. Today we honor you not just for your achievements in this arena, but for the heart you've poured into the journey, and I hope to see you next year. I learned a whole lot that summer, like how to properly muck a stall, sit the trot, jump fences, but also that true victory lies not in medals, but in the journeys we embark on and the bonds we create. I discovered every challenge faced alongside friends, every moment of doubt transformed into courage, and every cheer of support was far more valuable than any ribbon. And as the sun set on that chapter of my life, as you all know, my story with horses doesn't end there. But without Dusty, I might not have developed such a profound love for this sport, as our journey together taught me the beauty of overcoming challenges. And that's a wrap, folks, on my summer camp riding story. I absolutely loved making this because it reflected on my own first riding camp experience when I had just a few lessons under my belt. I was the new girl and got the most stubborn pony, but he ended up teaching me so much. With that, I hope you all enjoyed this little movie. Until next time!
Fell apart south of